Leah Grosso is in 1. Bianca Stubler is in 2. Robinson Hubbard in 4. And Koviak in 7. Cassandra Tate in 8. And Alira McBride in 9.
I'm going to enjoy this. The last 2 world record holders in the event, and number 1 and number 3 all time. Sydney's going to have to go out fast because she knows Dalila on the inside is going to come after her.
Top 2 automatically go through to the final tomorrow.
Set.
Let's go. First semi in the women's 400 hurdles. Dalila Muhammad right there. She's only done 3 races this year so far.
And of course, look at Sydney McLaughlin down the backstretch. Also, Cassandra Tate out in lane 8 is going to set a great pace for Sydney. But man, does Sydney look good already, Otto? We know that she does 14 strides between 2 and 7, which sets her up to really run this race better than anybody else, and she is on a blistering place already in the semifinal.
This race is already over effectively because when you let Sydney McLaughlin get this kind of lead, not that anybody can do anything about it, but it's just a matter now of keeping your eye on the clock and figuring out what lane is she going to be in the final. Yeah, she's that much better than everybody else, Lee.
And it might be a little tougher for Dalila Muhammad. How close is Cassandra Tate? Tate's making Dalila work for it, but she should be fine. Watch the clock as Sydney McLaughlin cruises to the line to go straight through to the final. Dalila Muhammad will make it, and Cassandra Tate will have to wait and rely on time.
That would be the fastest time in the world this year. So Sydney McLaughlin, Lavroni, ho-hum. Another jaunt around the oval. Sonia back off at the end. Nobody's run faster this year.
My goodness, we were just talking about Rochelle Clayton, who ran in the Jamaican trials and ran 52.51, having the second fastest time, a little bit ahead of Sydney. Well, that's gone already with no effort.
So I'm going to ask you what the folks at home are asking. Why is she so fast? How is she so much faster?
You start with bona fide prodigy from high school who can run the 4, the 2, the 1. She can long jump, and then you put her with great coaching both at the University of Kentucky and now Bobby Kersey. Great training partners like Athing Mu, and this is the result.
I talked to Tanja Buford-Bailey about this event because I too wanted to understand why is she so great, and she said she's revolutionizing the event. She said doing 14 strides between the hurdles, no one has ever been able to do it successfully and run so fast. She just says she is an anomaly, and it's just incredible that we get to call her races because she is so fun to watch compete.
So just to put this time in perspective again, number of women besides Sydney McLaughlin who have run faster than this time, 6 in history, in the history of the event. And that's just the semifinal for her.
And she was well within herself for that. There's confirmation. Let's go trackside with Lewis and hear from Sydney.
All right, Sydney, we're all trying to figure out what were you working on in that dominant semifinal here?
Just focusing on getting out, feeling the backstretch, and getting ready for tomorrow.
And how much focus do you pay attention to step pattern, things like that? Because in the final,